no more offline anymore. But we do have a kind of more movement in the online, so that has been really big changes. And then actually I like it.
떨린다.
Oh my God, now I'm nervous. I think changes is good.
Oh my gosh, we are live! So we are live now. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Creativity in the Business. This is Monica Kang, your host, and I have my friend here, Jay Kim. I am super excited to have you as my first guest. Jay, where are you today?
Okay, so this is Jay. I'm in Seoul in South Korea.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to this event. Yes, she was that person. Instantly connected when I attended their Korea Startup Weekend event. And very excited because today, that's the very conversation I want to talk more, which is communities. I know with the change that's going on everywhere in the world, one of the most popular ways I know communities like to meet is doing events. And now that's kind of changed. So Jay, how are you now bringing the communities together and what you do? Because I know you're active in the startup ecosystem and your local communities. What's different now? How are you bringing people together?
Meet together. It can be a event or startup demo day or you and me. If you're startup weekend, facilitator, we always bring the lots of people together. We do lots of crazy thing. So often offline, I realized that the person who lead it, very extrovert and who don't mind to be on the stage or who loves on the stage, So that's me as well. So I'm very extrovert, always I'm leading the stuff. But I realized in the online community doesn't really work that much in a way. So especially in Korea, really good changes happen. There's really one popular site in Korea is made by the Daegu middle school students. I think they are all coders, the developer guy. They made a really good website. So all of us, including myself, I put on my home screen, just click there every day to see their status. They're another very popular website. I think they're husband and wife, and then both of them they're developer too. So I think they're based in Chiang Mai, digital nomad, doing their own thing, and then they make it. So I really appreciate about those people who are developers, who have a different skill. Maybe in the old days, offline, they never be on stage to hello everyone, but they were in the back seat, but now they are so involved with it. So I think all of us, we are doing the different role, which is I think really good.
And it actually hit some of the other things that I was super curious, which is, what can community leaders do in crisis like this to support their community? And I think you've hit that already, right? So it might not be supporting your community now in event setting, but the essence of bringing people together, to empowering them, that could mean online by giving them the resource they need, help saving them the stress of going anywhere else, but going to one place to aggregate the information, open source collaboration. I think it's so powerful. I'm actually in a handful of group chats. I know I brought you involved in a handful of community projects that I've been a part of. We can always learn so much more looking back. So I think in a way, what I'm also curious is what has helped you as a leader today to recognize what you can do now because of what you learned in the past? So
I think what we can do as a community leader, obviously leader is not something who lead the people. I think the leader is something who give first, right? So I think leader, I think it's very important to give that positive message so that people who come to the community like, oh yeah, remember this, like that warm feeling, and we are in the same tribe, so we can overcome this together.
The active listening. Hi Chris, great to see you. Hi Bert, yes, great seeing you. I'm curious to know, so what are other things that you think even more now that will be really critical in communication?
Yeah, I think it's very good to like kind of care others right now. I can see that many people are emotionally, everyone in a different stage. So, oh yeah, empathy, yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what we need.
So, what's something else that you wish you knew 2 months ago? But this was all still happening, because there's leaders now in the world who's like, I don't know what I need to do right now because things just changed in the past week. What advice would you give now? Just being a veteran.
I didn't know that it would be such a long journey.
So
like it would be this long, So I never knew. I thought that it just happened, some other country, So I never knew that it would affect my lifestyle in a way. But so 2 months ago, maybe I started to panic a little bit, but now I'm very peaceful. I didn't have any, this one, I didn't have enough food and everything. So if you can you have some food, store, not lots of them, but I think it's really good. And also using software properly in a way. And so I think in a way for me, I don't think my lifestyle changed that much last 2 months, Actually, pretty nice, And also the good thing about it, I think I do have a lot of my own time in a way. So I meditate more every day, and I'm more relaxed, and I eat more, I eat healthy food. I used to, I'm very people person always. I used to go out all the time, but now staying at home, even more one-to-one relationship. I think those are really good. So, so I think, everything will be okay, so don't worry too much.
So to recap that, for those who missed the earlier part, one, just keep the time perception in mind, right? We don't know what we don't know, basically. And no matter how long or short, just be prepared for both scenarios. And what I loved about is actually you emphasizing how much your self-care as a leader and a person first is critical, right? And our mentality. I think so much conversation has been initially around, food and eating, but what I think also people need to think about, as you said, about is taking time to meditate or finding peace, whatever that is. And I love that you've shared that now you feel that actually not a lot has changed. And so thinking about creating what that new routine is to find peace and pace in yourself. Because there was a time that we had a normal life that was before the internet. We had a routine that was before we used to fly around the world. And I think in a way, hopefully it's a beautiful opportunity for all of us to learn. And so, and thank you all for those who are joining live. I mean, Jay, thank you so much for joining and sharing insights. Hi, Tom, great to see you. As we wrap up, I just want to add 2 beautiful quotes as perspective. 1, there is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about, from Margaret Watsley, and which I think is so beautiful and meaningful right now. And another favorite of mine is, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripple effects. That's by Mother Teresa. So that's something that I think all of us can do. As you said, we don't know what we don't know, but hey, let's start something small. And so Jay, thank you for taking that step and sharing the positivity with us. Look forward to having you again. And thank you, Tom. Yes, thank you all, Tim, for sharing your notes. We will see you back again on Thursday, and stay tuned. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for having me, though. it's so cool. I love it. You know, doing the video in my